Aliens hop in your TARDISes. You're listening to another episode of Doctor Huh?
What? Banksy was the doctor the whole time?
Why are they... Wait, there was racism in the United States? Huh? I never learned about this in school. I'm your iPhone inventor, Jordan.
I'm Sam, and this episode was impossible to find a silly nickname for. Cop out.
See, mine was gonna be I'm Jordan and I'm Banksy. I'm not Banksy. Wink. That was what I was gonna do, but then you.
I'm not your time traveling racist.
I can't stand here listening to you and your time traveling racist friend.
I was just listening to that song yesterday.
It's a good song. This is episode.
You sounded like you were asking a question. It is a good song.
It is a good song? Question mark? Yes. Period. This is an episode called Rosa.
Series 11, Episode 3, Rosa, written by Mallory Blackman and Chris Chibnall, directed by Mark Tonderai.
How did you like it? This was one that we had previously put on our list of time bombs of episodes that I was not excited to watch because
you put it on the list. I have no input on this.
I just heard Doctor Who Rosa Parks episode and it set off a lot of alarm bells.
Before I tell you how I felt about it, I have a question for you. Which is, how did you feel about it?
Well, as a prominent racist, I really disagree.
Okay. Let's start the episode over.
I thought it was okay. It was fine. I didn't like it as much as maybe you did.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I hated it.
Did you?
No. That'll be my new running joke.
As a prominent
I thought
racist,
it was pretty good.
You thought it was pretty good?
I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
And I'll say, I didn't think it was amazing. I'll say this, because when we randomed it last time, I was like, oh boy, here we go.
Oh boy!
I just assumed that this was an episode that was like...
The Doctor solves racism by helping Rosa Parks.
Well, I didn't know that this episode got good reviews at the time. I thought that this episode came out and everyone was like, oh god, what were they thinking? But it really wasn't... It wasn't what I expected.
It wasn't what I expected. Here's some things that I will say. Here's some things that were pervasive throughout the whole episode. Number one, more so than any of the episodes... That's number one. Thank you.
Every time Rosa Parks does anything, they play this, like, triumphant horn music.
Rosa Parks gets up and brushes her teeth. No, number one, more so than any other episode, this was an episode of Magic School Bus. Where they...
Which I've heard that's what the show kind of was in the first place. Was a lot of educational... I mean, did we talk about how Doctor Who was created because BBC was given, like, a government mandate to have more educational programming?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I don't remember.
That's point number one from my list of 3 points. Point number one is Triumphant Trumpets, which is a potential title for this episode. Put it on the list. Number two is that it was Magic School Bus. There's like a scene at the end where like the Doctor and Yaz and Dan and Graham are all looking up, like looking into the horizon and talking about how amazing Rosa Parks was, and it was very funny. Mm-hmm. And then number three is that I had to constantly be reminding myself this show is made primarily for children. And that's why they were being so blunt with their themes when they would have the characters talk about the racism they experienced. And they were being very blunt about it. And the number four is that all of the actors in this episode were British, and boy did it show. I have never heard so many poor American accents in my life.
I thought, I get where you're coming from on all those points. I don't think any of them really bothered me. The Triumphant Trumpets were... Trumpets?
The Triumphant Trumpets really started to get to me.
It was a little much. It was the fact that it was always the same exact...
Especially for me, I associate the Triumphant Trumpets with, like, this is how brave the Marines are or something. And like Rosa Parks and her her story is very much against the American establishment.
It was just making me think of the running around Martinez horns in Disco Elysium.
Like
it made me want to get up and do the Jamrock Shuffle.
If this is an episode wherein they went to like meet Abraham Lincoln and he taught them about freedom in a PragerU episode, which I'm sure
I think you lost me. I don't know what. Sorry.
Oh, PragerU made PragerU. You should watch the Big Joel video about it. PragerU made a children's cartoon series where they travel back in time, and Frederick Douglass tells them that that abolition was bad.
Oh, maybe I did hear about that.
But that's the kind of music I would expect to hear, not about like Rosa Parks confronting racism. Anyways,
well,
the point is,
I wanted to make my critique. Honestly, I think that the episode handled the subject very cleverly, in that basically what I was terrified of was that they would in any way do something where the white doctor like sets Rosa Parks onto the path of
you've got to take a stand.
Yeah.
By taking a seat, she would say.
That's right. But that didn't happen, and instead it was about very literally a time-traveling racist trying to butterfly effect the civil rights movement out of existence.
The time-traveling racist is maybe the greatest villain in Doctor Who history.
And the justification for why he's doing it this way is so funny, but we'll get to that.
I need to tell you my... Okay, sorry. Shut up.
But... yeah, so I think that because it was not we need to make her be a hero, it was we need to make sure that history happens as it's supposed to. I think that
Rosa Parks does have a degree of agency in this story that I was worried she wouldn't. Let me tell you the thing.
Nope, I'm not done yet.
Oh my god, I have a funny thing to say.
Well, I would have finished it like 5 minutes ago if you would stop interrupting me.
Never.
But
shut up.
The one thing I will say, I think the worst part of the episode for me by far was as we watch Rosa Parks get arrested and they're playing You've Got the Eye of the Tiger, the fighter.
Yeah, that was a bit
and
wild.
You're gonna hear me.
I mean, I guess it was maybe better than if it was playing Triumphant Trumpets as she got arrested.
I don't know. I think that would have been better. In fact, I think if they held off on that for the whole episode, and then at the end when she gets arrested, it's like, this is history happening. It all starts here. That would be something.
Let me tell you my biggest fear in this episode after a certain point. It was, I thought, and I'm not, this is not a joke, I thought they were going to do a thing where Graham was going to be the bus driver that told Rosa Parks not to sit down. Because there's
having seen the episode, I totally see how you could have thought that was going to happen. Do it.
Oh my god. I learned a lot about history today, and I
legitimately did, because this was my test as I was watching.
They kind of immortalized the name of the racist bus driver is the thing.
This was actually my test as I was watching is this going to teach me more about Rosa Parks than public school did?
And it actually kind of did.
It did.
It kind of reminds me of, cause I think that the way it works is that the United Kingdom teaches a slightly more unbiased view of the civil rights movement than we do. But then they completely ignore all of their own whoopsies of history. Mm-hmm. But I remember on Taskmaster. That's the title of the
episode.
I remember on Taskmaster when Hugh Dennis referred to Malcolm X as a civil rights leader and all these things, and not the way that we remember him in our school as a violent terrorist is what I believe is often taught to our students. So that was, I think. Anyways, yes, apparently these people know more about Rosa Parks than I do, which is sad. Also they were characters in a TV show trying to teach kids about Rosa Parks, so.
Yes. I also liked, we got, like I mentioned last time, this was a Yaz, Graham, and Ryan episode. I liked to see, because they really didn't have an opportunity for this last time. It turns out that Yaz and Ryan
know each other. They're like classmates.
Classmates and went to school together. Did not know that.
I also didn't know that Yaz is a cop. I didn't know that.
She's a cop, but don't worry, because she has aspirations to be a bigger cop.
She wants to be a cop that changes things around here. Can we just start summarizing? Can we start digging into the episode? There's some things I want to talk about very much. So we start, and I was very confused by this at the start. Montgomery, Alabama, 1943. I was like, wait, why are we starting so early? Apparently, well, we see Rosa Parks get on the bus. It plays the triumphant music. Did you notice that the bus driver has a gun?
Yeah, and I was really confused about, I don't know if that's just historically accurate.
Or is this just a really maverick racist bus driver?
I couldn't find anything, because I was looking into this, did that bus driver have a gun? It didn't come up in any account of the story that I could find, but I don't know, maybe just bus drivers had guns? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just in case you get trapped on the alien desert planet with an army of flying metal stingrays. I wish this guy had been skeletonized, by the way.
God damn. No, he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah,
he doesn't deserve the joy of letting his bones breathe.
What was because this is not Rosa Parks's big defiant.
No, this is not when she was arrested. Yeah, I didn't know that this was a thing either. It was that 12 years before her arrest, she was getting onto a bus driven by the same guy. Who would eventually call the police on her 12 years later. And this was apparently a common racism move at the time, was that the bus driver would say, and the first part was bus policy was, if you're black, you have to go around. Well, God, it's so fucked up. Racism's fucked up.
Listen, guys, racism's pretty bad.
If there are any white passengers on the bus, black passengers can't walk past them after they pay their fare. They have to pay their fare, get off the bus, then walk back and use the back entrance. And this was apparently a common thing, was that the black passengers would pay, get off the bus to walk around, and then the driver would just close the doors and drive off without them. And that was something that this fucker did to Rosa Parks in 1943. And then by pure coincidence, he was the same driver who called the police on her in 1955. So, hey, I learned something.
Racism's bad. Racism's bad. Racism's bad. Racism's bad. Now it's 12 years later. It's 1955. We're still in Montgomery, Alabama. The doctor fucked up again and took them here
or
instead
did
of.
She?
Well, sometimes the TARDIS does its own thing. This is something we've learned in Doctor Who. And this time, the doctor says that the TARDIS has taken them to Montgomery in 1950. Well, sorry, first they arrive. She says, "This isn't Sheffield. We're almost in Sheffield." And then Yaz says, "Well, where are we then?" And then Graham says, "And then more importantly, Doctor, when are we?" And then she says, 1955, Montgomery, Alabama. And you can play the laugh track and clap track there if you want.
Yeah, I actually put in my notes that you would do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do it every episode because it's in every episode of the show, and I just want to summarize that she says that.
Okay, this is the beginning of what I didn't expect to be a running joke of the episode, where Graham is like, 1955, can we go see Elvis? And the doctor's like, oh, I think he would actually be in New York this week. I could give him a call. And Graham's like, wait, you have his phone number? And she says, don't you fucking tell anyone that I gave Elvis a cell phone, okay?
And I'm Banksy.
And then it comes up again later in a way that I thought was very funny.
It is very interesting.
So the TARDIS's racism alarm starts going off to say that there's Artron energy particles, which is what the TARDIS runs on, so it's hungry.
There's a time traveler here, I guess. And the doctor's like, uh-oh, we're in history.
And then this didn't feel like it was supposed to be like a funny cut, but the doctor's like, okay, we'll go check this out, but be careful because history is delicate. And it cuts to them walking around, and Yaz is just like, I love traveling through time.
And they're all wearing modern clothes, and they're wearing like shutter shades and
I gotta
say, shoes.
They kind of lampshade it a little bit later when Ryan's like, I didn't pay attention in school. And I know that he's British. I'm just saying, if I was black, and I was in 1955 Montgomery, Alabama, and the white doctor was like, let's go walk around, I think I would say, I'm good. I'm gonna get in
there
the
was a
TARDIS.
moment. There was a moment where Yaz and Ryan are asked to wait in the TARDIS, and I was like, "Oh, is this going to be another week where Yaz doesn't do anything?" And the answer is yes, but also they don't go and wait in the TARDIS. But also, they should have waited in the TARDIS.
They probably
and I say that
should've.
only out of concern for their safety.
I don't think that the Doctor should have made them sit in the TARDIS. I think they
if
should
I
have
were,
refused.
I think they should have said,
"I'm
not walking around this place," because the first 35 minutes of this episode is a horror movie where the villain is racism, and all the scary people are making scary. I'm going to kill you because you're black faces at them. Because
Ryan's first experience in Montgomery is a white woman drops her glove. He picks it up and taps her on the arm and says, "Excuse me," and then her husband turns around and smacks him across the face. And
once again, everyone in this episode is talking in varying degrees of bad American accents.
Well, you better get away from
the worst
my
wife. No disrespect. I'm sure she's a great actress, but the lady who played Rosa Parks is doing like a 1920s Flappagoyle voice, and I don't understand why.
Look, I wasn't in 1955 Montgomery.
They might have talked
Maybe
like
that's
that.
how they talked.
We can't be sure. Yeah, it was very odd. I don't know. They should have practiced a little more. I think they could have done a better job.
They should have just gone back in time and gotten Rosa Parks to play herself.
And
you don't get much more authentic than that, folks.
Yeah. Also, not to sit here and be annoying on our podcast about this, but when the Doctor says history is really delicate, what is history to the Doctor? The Doctor is a time traveler. Everything is history. Everything's in the past.
The Doctor is exclusively going around and messing with history.
Like if the Doctor didn't show up when the Cybermen sent a bunch of ghosts to the world, is that meddling in history or is that saving the day? Who can say?
We're talking about butterfly effect shit, where the time traveling racist who we haven't met yet is like, oh, if Rosa Parks blah blah blah, then the civil rights movement won't happen. Are we going to deal with the fact that like the Doctor paid her $500 to fix her coat? What does Rosa Parks go on to do with those $500?
She goes back to the future, and it's just like President Rosa Parks, and she goes, but
Rosa Parks
better.
went to a casino and made a big bet with that $500 and became a millionaire. And then she went on to become the most evil corporate capitalist you've ever seen.
No, it's like she's one of the best presidents. Everything's better, but the Doctor's like, oh no, I made it. I changed history. I have to go back and fix it. Okay, so. Yeah, we're lots of racism.
That would be a fun episode, though. Is if the Doctor does something in the past, then goes back to the present, and it's like, oh no, I rewrote Amy Pond out of existence or something.
I thought you were gonna say like the Doctor has to go back in time and make something bad happen to fix the timeline, and I'm like, if you just want that, you can watch Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, where the bad guys are trying to prevent the Holocaust from happening. Anyways,
I'm not gonna watch that.
Okay, yeah, I would not recommend it. When the guy slaps Ryan, and Graham runs up to him, and all of their Sheffield accents they stand out a lot. In a world occupied by fake American people, he tells him...
I will say, nobody really is interested in the fact that they're British.
No, it's very... I mean, I don't know...
it's the 50s. Like, British people can come to America. They've done it before.
They didn't exist back then. He's like, don't touch my grandson.
I don't know. We ain't seen any British folks here when there's not a war going on.
We ain't no Brits. These guys, they's just a myth. Graham's like, don't touch my grandson.
Yeah, that doesn't help matters.
The guy's like, what? Excuse me? What? Say what? He says.
The man just straight up tells Ryan that he's going to be lynched for this.
Yeah.
And Rosa is like, excuse me, Mr. Steele? Is that his name?
Something. Yeah, I definitely took note of what that guy's name is.
I didn't write it down, but the name Mr. Steele just jumped into my brain like a name. Yeah, she's like, excuse me, Mr. Steele, this is probably a misunderstanding. These Brits, we'll kill him. And your suit, I'm working on your suit. It'll be done tomorrow, sir. Let's stop. And then, he leaves. shaking his fist the whole way.
And then the doctor's like, who are you? And then she says, my name is Rosa Parks. And then the doctor goes, wow, oh my god. And it plays like, wow, I'm so impressed music. Wow, I'm such a big fan of... What did she say? Montgomery?
She says, oh, I'm such a big fan of Montgomery. And Rosa Parks is just like, that's fucked up.
I love the city that's so racist that it became like the like epicenter of civil rights activism.
If I was Rosa Parks in this moment and a white British woman walked up to me and was like, I'm a huge fan of Montgomery,
city.
I'd
It's
be
a
like,
beautiful city.
oh, so you're mournful
racist
for the lack of segregation in your own country, so you came here.
Oh no!
Nice to meet you, you piece of shit.
Fuck you.
I will say, it's interesting to me the way that the doctor, for the most part, kind of keeps her distance from Rosa in this episode. Like, she never introduces herself. We never get the I'm the doctor moment.
No, yeah.
She just keeps bumping into her, and Rosa's like, oh, you're that racist lady.
You're that racist British lady who
You're that lady
and
who
also,
came
like,
here and was like, oh, segregation, that's awesome.
Yeah, then at the end, she's like, thanks for fixing my coat. Please give up your seat for me, she says to Rosa Parks at the end of the episode. That happens.
That doesn't quite happen, but it
non-verbally,
kind of does happen.
but it kind of does happen.
It almost does happen.
Without the words, it happens. Rosa says, hey, get out of Alabama. She really should have only said that to Ryan and Yaz. I don't know why she told that to the doctor and Graham, who seem to fit in just fine here.
Well, I mean, they've been here for 3 minutes and they're already causing quite a ruckus.
Yeah.
The doctor scans Rosa as she walks away, though, and says, yep, it's the Artron particles.
Now I gotta talk about my favorite guy. And I don't listen. We all make mistakes in life, and sometimes being the biggest racist of all time is a mistake. But he's very funny, and you have to understand that he's a very funny villain. This James Dean man cosplaying James Dean, also doing a fake American accent, which I thought was the icing on the cake.
Bing, bing, bong. I have to point out,
it's a fake American accent within the show.
Yes, he does a fake American accent a few times, but most of the time he's just being British.
Yeah, which, like, why? Why was it? Why?
And all the other people in Montgomery are like, don't worry, you can be honest with us. We're all British too here.
He finds the TARDIS and he tries to open it up and then he shoots it with his gun.
Hey, here's a question. Here's a question. Do you think all these British people in Alabama came from Birmingham?
I don't get it. Can you explain that one to me?
Well, that's a place in Alabama and also the UK.
Okay.
So.
I was thinking they would have come from, are you from New England, they would have said. But yours was funny
newer
too,
than you can even imagine. Wait, no, older.
We're from New England.
We're from old England, but in a new time that hasn't happened.
We came from the big ship, they say. Okay.
We came from a monument of ghosts.
Is this a thing in the United Kingdom where they name their classes after important people? Was it like the Rosa?
Oh well, gee, let me just look in my memories of going. Did you go to middle British school?
I know you wore that. I know you wore that monocle when you were in middle school, so I always assumed.
For anyone who's not familiar, this is a thing that I said one time, and I do maintain that I knew somebody who showed me that they had a monocle. I thought it was you. You just had a bunch of weird shit.
So, Yaz is like, do you even remember Rosa Parks? Because we were in the Rosa Parks Memorial Classroom.
Wait, sorry, you didn't talk about what the bad man did.
Yeah, he shoots the TARDIS with his gun, and there's a big laser on it.
Yeah,
like
goes,
a big shield.
4 shields. Oh,
4 shields.
Crikey.
God damn it, 4 shields.
I ate it here.
I ate it here, and I'm super racist. I am. And then, okay, now we're in a diner.
I hate it here, and I'm not racist.
We're in a diner. We see segregation. You can put that in the script. We see segregation. In every scene, we see segregation. It's, yeah. And Yaz says, do you even know who Rosa Parks is? Because we were in the Rosa Parks Memorial Classroom in middle school together.
She says all their middle school classes, secondary, is that what they call it? Secondary school?
Who gives a shit?
Freaks. We're named,
perverts.
We're named after different inspirational
what
people.
What does this mean?
Ryan is like, she's the first black woman to ever drive a bus, right?
Maybe that, yeah. What what is it? Is it their team name? Or is it like?
I don't know. Maybe the classrooms. Maybe they had like a little placard over each classroom that's so like Rosa Parks class or something.
This is giving me big flashbacks to Secret Life, where the writers would just say things. And maybe this is a thing that they do in England. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like that deli place on South Street that serves the thing with the peppers and onion. You don't need to say shit. Just be like, oh, do you not remember learning about Rosa Parks in class? We learned about the inspirational figures of history.
I don't know. Maybe this is a thing. I have no idea.
So
I can't possibly get worked up about it because I don't know.
Yaz and Graham school Ryan, the idiotic boy.
This is where we learn that Graham is a bus driver.
Yeah, I don't know how. Like when he said I'm a bus driver, I just nodded along like, yeah, we already knew that, but I don't think we did. But he just has such bus driver energy that it just like it feels so right.
Now this is a man who deserves to have his skin taken off.
This is a guy who would give it all up for a diamond.
This diamond's about to make me risk it all my skin, that is.
They talk about who Rosa Parks is and what.
I hope that there's nobody who listens to this podcast and is just like, the Rosa episode. I wonder what they think of that. Let me jump in here. You're not gonna know what we're talking about. This is a very unique experience we're having with this show.
You have to listen.
You have to listen from the beginning to know why people celebrate when their skin falls off.
And specifically bus drivers. It's just a bus driver tradition of being happy when you turn into a skeleton. So Ryan, oh, by the way, I guess I can't bring this up. Never mind. I learned a thing about Ryan and I'm waiting for it to come up, and my hypothesis is that it will never come up, but I can't tell you what it is because it might come up.
Okay, so, great.
Yeah. Anyway,
the doctor looks at a newspaper and realizes that this is the day before Rosa Parks gets arrested. I don't know.
She has a really good memory of dates. Yeah.
Is this a thing with the doctor that she just like
knows everything?
Just like knows every date and name?
I guess she has a good memory.
I guess she has a good memory. Wait,
this is the thing. I kind of wish, because if we're gonna lean, like, I think that if they're gonna do Magic School Bus, they need to lean into this. So the doctor should have like a question mark computer that tells her. And also the other thing I thought about for this episode is like the psychic wardrobe that they climb into whenever they're in a historical period and they can get some historically accurate clothing. That would make it better, I think.
That's where Dan got his historically accurate.
He literally got it from pirate costume. He literally got it from a costume shop, but it should be like, TARDIS, give me pirate clothes. And it'd be like, okay, generate.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't the doctor wearing like kind of a Chinese style dress in that episode?
You would think I remember that far back? That was like 2 episodes ago. Maybe even 3.
She was wearing something different. I guess I don't remember, but
that's just what the doctor is always wearing. Didn't you notice this week?
No. So, yeah, they all like lecture Ryan about who Rosa Parks is, and more importantly, they tell the children watching who Rosa Parks is.
Right.
This is where we notice that people in the restaurant are giving them dirty looks, and then the white waitress walks over and says that we don't serve blacks or Mexicans. Yes,
it's an ongoing joke. She's Pakistani, right?
Yeah, I got confused. My notes say she's Indian. The actress is Indian. The character is Pakistani.
Yeah, and then this is where the doctor tells Ryan and Yaz that they should probably not get killed in Montgomery, Alabama, and they should probably go hang out in the TARDIS for the rest of the episode.
And Yaz and Ryan are like, well, Rosa Parks isn't hiding from racism, so neither will we. And this is where Graham is like, because the doctor's like, all right, let's go. We gotta find and Graham's like, wait, we were about to eat. Can we still? And the doctor's like, no time. And Graham says, she always does this. It made me wonder if this was like a long running joke, because that was the thing with Ace and the 7th Doctor, where she had to like remind him that she gets hungry when she doesn't eat.
The doctor is just perpetually starving her companions.
Lack of food makes you obstreperous. Go to the cafe and get some consumables.
Oh my god, I remember that. You know, it's really funny. If any other doctor talked like that, I'd be like, go fuck yourself. But something about the 7th Doctor, he's just a silly
guy.
He's just a silly guy. He's just a funny, funny
A police car pulls up and watches them leave. I was confused about this until just now because I forgot that a police officer confronts them later.
Later, yeah. We're back with the funny racist villain of the episode.
Greaser.
What?
He's the greaser.
Oh yeah. But
I just called him the greaser in my notes. Until...
Everybody in this episode, until they reveal his name is like Klezo or something. Klagzo.
It's like Klasky Supo or something.
Yeah. Everybody in this episode talks like Slingblade. Is like all the bad, scary, evil, racist people are like, you better watch your back, Rosa Parks.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's how they talk.
Sure. I've heard of Slingblade. I really only know, about it from the
30 Rock joke, yeah.
Oh, Crisco. Crisco.
No, you don't, Rosa Parks.
So, yeah, he, like, stares down Rosa, but she's like, do we have a problem here, sir? And he's like, no problem.
I want a soda and
normal American man here.
I just can't. They can't have a guy faking an English accent in an episode of actors faking American, or they can't have a guy faking an American accent in an episode full of actors also faking American accents. It doesn't work.
So the Doctor tracks down the center point of the Artron particles, where they're all coming from. It's the empty garage of the Montgomery Bus Company. And she scans the room, and a suitcase appears out of thin air, and she says, there was a perception filter on it. And it has the initials GFB on the suitcase.
What does that mean?
Which stands for Get Fucked, Bozo.
But it's not even... What is his name is like Kronko, right? We just said it, I already forgot it. What is GFB?
Crisco. It stands for...
Go
Find... I don't know. What is GFB?
What is GFB? Is it a thing? GFB. You're going to get like a stocks company. You're going to get a stock or something.
What?
Gluten-Free Brothers, Georgia Farm Bureau.
So there is an article on a Doctor Who fan site, which is Who is GFB?
Oh boy.
So this might be like a running plot thread. Although this is the first thing that came up, which suggests to me that it never comes up again.
It's actually, he won this when he competed on the Great Finnish Bake Off.
Okay, great.
So they open up the I almost just said treasure chest. They open up the treasure chest.
It's a treasure chest if you're a time-traveling racist. It's got everything you could ever want.
It's everything you could ever need to be racist throughout time. It's got like a data brick. It's got
blah 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 blah.
It's got bullets for a time gun.
No,
it does though.
No, it's
got like a battery.
The secondary charger, which she later refers to as a spare battery.
That's not what a charger is, Doctor.
I know, right? I mean, I guess it is in a sense.
And then he shows up time traveling. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I do want to say two things. Number one, she says most of the stuff is surveillance equipment. And number two, before they open it, I liked when Ryan is like, "Oh, can we open it?" And the Doctor's like, "Hell yeah, we're gonna open it."
This episode, she said something. She said like, "It's lit, fam," or no, she said like, "You're killing the vibe" or something. She said like millennial language, and it was very confusing and scary.
I thought that was at the end of Ranskorav Kolos.
She said it again. She said like, let's make it. She said like, anyone want to make a TikTok about this with Rosa Parks?
No, Rosa Doctor, Parks. You're gonna mess the time stream up. And yeah, the greaser, whose name I forgot again already.
Crisco.
Crisco starts shooting at them with his cool gun.
Cusco.
They run outside and he chases after them. They like hide behind something and the Doctor is like, I'll take care of this. And she confronts him and she says, why have you got a temporal displacement weapon?
I love when in sci-fi when the weapon does something other than kill you instantly.
I agree. And she says, those things don't have that many shots in them, and I'd be willing to bet that you have no more shots in it.
Bet you wish you had a thing that just killed you.
I've got your battery here. And he's like, oh, is your police box a TARDIS that I saw earlier? And she says, yeah, like, no, it's a piece of shit because I'm constantly crashing it into things.
It's a secondhand TARDIS piloted by a really ignorant person who sucks.
She points out that he's got a vortex manipulator on his wrist, which she says is a method of cheap and nasty time travel, but it's certainly no Dalek time controller.
We can't keep referencing our Patreon episodes.
Patreon.com/pottingbros if you want to hear us talk about the Dalek time controller, which is literally just a plasma globe from a gift shop at the Science Center in London.
What is I think that vortex, I feel like I remember the phrase vortex manipulator, a little wrist-mounted time machine coming up in other episodes. Continuity. And then he says...
Continuity wins, maybe?
He says, I'll kill you if I see you again. You don't get in my way. I'm trying to do racism.
She, like, scans him with the screwdriver as he walks away. And we'll more on that later.
The more I watch of this show, the more sick I am of seeing the Doctor just point her fucking screwdriver at every single thing that she sees.
I know, right?
I'm getting sick of it.
Can we write it out again?
Can we get rid of it? Yeah. Oh,
She also lies. She says, "Okay, we'll leave." Wink. So they go to a motel, and there's a whites only sign, and Ryan looks at it and says, "Don't like that."
They sneak in through the window. You see?
Yeah.
And then Yaz makes a joke about how Michael Soupy...
Nope.
Okay.
If I'm not allowed to reference the classic eps, you are not allowed to reference...
Notorious pedophile Michael Soupy.
Nope. Running joke from Kylix. Why? If you don't know what it is, just know that Jordan's making shit up.
Sorry.
Okay.
Well, she says like a thing about the last time I snuck through a window, I was in year 10, and it was with a boy.
It was with Danny Biswas. And... yeah, Ryan is like, seems like you're kind of out of his league, don't you think? And Yaz is like, ooh, was that a compliment? And Ryan's like, but it's not like
we find out that they're not in the TARDIS because probably Kuzco is watching it with his time gun.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna hang out
in binoculars.
They're gonna hang out in a racism motel,
and he's wearing his time shirt.
Everything that he has is time. He's a time traveler. And then Ryan says, what is this weapon? And the Doctor says, if it hits you, you go back you go to wherever the attacker sets it to.
And more importantly,
whenever what?
Do you ever think about how if someone shot you with a temporal displacement gun and it was set to like an hour in the future and they hit you with it, you would just be floating in space?
Wait, what?
If it literally only travels you through time and not space.
Oh, I see. I got you.
Because space is all relative,
Yeah.
Man.
So now they are going to...
They start brainstorming. What the hell is he doing here? She says his goal is not to displace Rosa Parks, because if it was, he would have just done that by now. He has had every opportunity before we got here. She says the screwdriver detected something on him, and she's going to go back and check that later. You will see in my notes that I did right, that they did get me with this very dumb joke.
I am so mad that this made you laugh.
I wouldn't say it made me laugh, but I was like, okay.
I wrote in our Discord chat, the Doctor just said something so cringe that it made me audibly groan out loud.
It was, well, here's why I liked it. So the joke is, she starts, like, writing on the wall in what she says is a special pen, and Graham is like, hey, stop that, you're not Banksy. And she says, you don't know that I'm not Banksy.
And that would be a very funny joke, and then what would really even be funnier is if she made the joke a second time, would be really cool.
The reason that I thought it was funny is because we don't know that the Doctor is not Banksy.
Banksy is a guy, and I think we know who Banksy is.
Okay, so maybe that's allegedly one of the guys from Massive Attack, but I don't think that's ever been officially confirmed.
Also,
the Doctor has been numerous guys before.
That's true. So just one of the Doctor's regenerations is Banksy.
Yes, the 16th Doctor will be the guy from Massive Attack.
That would be such a bold move, is if the Doctor, like, regenerated into George Washington or something. He's like, I have to go.
This time I'm going to change history real bad. I'm just saying, it would be really funny if a future Doctor was like, every time they go somewhere, just did a little graffiti and we're like, just shit, that is Banksy.
Just like, damn, this really makes you think. And she's like, or he's like, or this, I'm going to make a cool, like, theme park that's like Disneyland, but fucked up. And you're like, wow.
God.
Wow,
I do want to say, this is very important to note. The doctor is standing on the motel bed with her shoes on.
Yeah, I did notice that, and I didn't like it very much.
I think that if any character is allowed to do it, it is the doctor.
Well, to be fair, the problem I have is not standing on a bed with it. It's not the beds and the shoes interacting. It's the laying in bed with your shoes still on. That's the problem.
It is weird
standing
to do.
on bed to get, yeah.
I will say, it does bother me just the fact that there is shoe to bed contact. But if anyone can do it, it's the doctor.
Well, she's fucking up the bed of a racism motel, so I don't really care about the cleanliness of their sheets. Like, what is it gonna? When in the? No, I think it's later that Graham says the funniest thing I ever learned. No, we have to have a scene with
here's what is happening right now is that she's taking notes on the wall, and they're just like, this is the moment where they look at the camera and say, pay attention, kids, because they say, okay, let's go through everything we know about Rosa Parks. They're
writing Rosa Parks facts on the wall.
Yeah, so they're like,
motel.
Okay, she was a seamstress. Yeah, seamstress. Okay, so she probably works at like some kind of tailoring place or something. Okay, and she was. Well, I think
it'd be really funny if Ryan was like feeding them misinformation on accident.
3 heads. Again, Yaz got a better education on Rosa Parks than I did because she corrected something that I had learned, which is apparently a very common misconception, but not true. It's a very common story that Rosa Parks refused to stand up because she was tired after work. But no, she was literally just like, I'm doing a thing here.
I'm making trying to do a thing here, guys. Don't try to neuter my act of political defiance.
Did you learn that she was tired?
I don't think I learned that she was tired. I think I just learned that she didn't want to move.
Yeah, I assume that the reason that that racists spread the "she was tired" story is because it's like oh, she was just grumpy. She was just being selfish but yeah. So so yeah, thank you, Yaz, for correcting that thing that I thought was true. And then we hear a knock on the door.
Racism police. Thank you so much for telling us that a knock on the door is like, you better not have any black people in there.
So Yaz and Ryan have to go hide in the bathroom. The doctor screwdrivers the ink off. This is where she repeats the joke where she's like, Banksy doesn't have one of those. Or do I?
Shut up!
I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
No.
I know that Banksy is cringe, but I don't know. I just removing it from the question of do I like Banksy or not. I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
This is because the police saw them earlier, that the police like followed them to the motel to be racist at them.
He's like, word on the street is that there's some people who are white hanging out with some people who are not white. So I decided to stake out this motel.
He says it in the most racist way possible, besides just using straight up slurs. And then you better believe that Graham's going to do something funny.
I liked the part where the doctor opens the door for Officer Mason, and he goes, "Thank you, ma'am." And she goes, "Still getting used to that one." And I was like, oh, the doctor's having gender euphoria. That's nice.
Good for her. Yeah, he's like, are your friends in the bathroom? And then
he says it a lot less nice, if you can imagine that.
Yeah. Graham is like, better be funny now. Wait, hold on. We're inventors from England. We're here to pitch a new invention. It's a telephone, but it takes pictures and sends emails. They call it a smartphone, but folks, I don't think these things are very smart at all.
Here's a political cartoon that the doctor drew on a wall about how someone is handcuffed to it. I really liked the way that Graham is trying to distract the police officer from opening the bathroom door, and he's just like, it's a new phone that you don't have to, it's wireless, and it plays music, and it takes pictures, and you can send letters with it, and it's a calendar.
I loved when he
like each time he adds a new thing, the police officer's like, oh, okay.
What an old person.
What? Yeah!
What a grandpa thing to be like, and it's also a calendar. Not like, you can watch movies on it.
And you can get an app where you push a button and it farts. So Officer Mason is like, well, that's fucking stupid. You're out of your mind, you freak. What is your name, sir? And Graham says, Steve. Jobs. Steve Jobs. Which I don't know why he didn't just say his name.
Steve was Steve. He really went in. He was in over his head there.
Graham Futureman. Oh shit.
My name is Graham. Wait a minute. I'm
Nobody's
a time
named Graham
too.
yet.
You're for the future.
Wait a minute. You're a grandpa.
Wait, Graham, you're the name of that notorious serial killer who's been killing all the white people in Montgomery. You're under arrest.
So, Officer Racism opens the bathroom door, and it's empty, so, he's like,
well, don't be here, y'all don't come back. Y'all get out of here now, you hear?
Don't come back now, you hear?
We then get a scene where, throughout the scene, I had to continue to repeat to myself that this is a show for children. This is a show for kids. I can't be criticizing how bluntly.
It's fine. I had no problem with this.
They're talking about
Ryan
racism.
And Yaz.
The
police officer stuck his head out the window to look for them, and we don't see them. But they are hiding behind the dumpster, and they're just talking about how this shit sucks. Like, you know, it's like, oh, it's not even like it's fixed in our time, but. Mm-hmm. But man, it used to be so much worse.
Ryan specifically says that he gets stopped a lot more than by police more than his white friends do. Yaz says that whenever she goes to the airport, she gets like stopped.
No, it's when she's coming home from her mosque.
Oh right, yeah,
yeah. They
she
call her a terrorist.
She says something about like Rosa Parks did what she did so that now even
I can be a police officer.
Rosa, no, that's not what she wanted. No.
Yes, no. Why is
like
Yaz
literally
a cop?
5 seconds ago, Ryan said that the police are harassing him because he's black.
And then Yaz is like, wait a minute. I'm one of those.
It's okay.
You're under arrest.
One day I'll make the system better from the inside. Just you.
I'll be the good apple that fixes the bunch.
They mention Barack Obama at some point, and what will America be like in 2050?
And I said,
oh Jesus Christ, no.
I don't know.
Hey, hopefully, like
the good news is by 2050, a lot of the worst people in America right now will absolutely be dead of old age.
You don't know that for sure. You can't be sure that Henry Kissinger and co won't still be hanging in there.
So
you never know.
The doctor uses the screwdriver to put the notes back.
This is my favorite part. I want to talk about this the most. Please let me. Graham says, "Oh, here's a fact that I know." And listen, MVP of the episode. We don't give out Star Trekers, but I'm giving it to Graham's wife and Ryan's grandma.
Grace.
He says. The bus driver was named James Blake. And I know this because when I told Grace that I was a bus driver, she told me, you better not be like Blake the Snake, history's most evil bus driver.
Hey, I don't know who would be a more evil bus driver off the top of my head.
But is that a normal thing to say to a person when you find out their occupation? Unless their occupation is like...
I don't know, we're white.
I guess.
Who am I to say?
But when I meet a surgeon, I'm not like, I hope you're not like Yosef Mengele, the doctor of death. Right? Like, that's a weird thing to say to a person,
most
Sam.
Evil bus driver ever.
Oh no.
Let's see here.
It's the guy who ran over 100 people on his bus.
Barney the Evil Bus Driver, a hilarious spoof of Barney the dinosaur and what he's really like.
What? Barney the Evil Bus Driver.
Okay, sorry, what is happening here? I'm on the Barney Bunch fandom wiki.
No, we can't do this right now.
Evil Barney... Shut up, we can. Evil Barney Bus Driver is a very popular unaired episode of Barney and Friends made in 1997.
No.
It features Barney the dinosaur as a bus driver, a cruel and evil bus driver.
All right, well, saving this one for the extra credit, I guess.
The episode itself is lost in the public domain, not how that works, but the audio somehow survived. It can be found on YouTube and is uploaded to this wiki on the bottom of this page.
Barney then starts singing, I drive the kids' bus to school, but first let's stop to shoot some pool, a smoke and drink while taking you to class, and if you tell, I'll kick your ass. Barney then drops the rest of the kids at school and drives off.
I just feel like there's more evil bus drivers out there.
Well, this picture has Barney crashing the bus and it says 3 injured, 6 survived, 1 dead, which, once again, is that the most evil bus driver that history has to offer?
No, it's actually Blake the Snake. I also like that she calls him Blake the Snake as if that's like what he's known as.
Everybody knows. Everybody who, maybe she's like a bus driver enthusiast. Maybe that's why she goes to, like, you know how there's like train spotters and like people who know the names of all the trains? Maybe she knows the names of every bus model and bus driver in history, and like among bus spotters,
almost all of them are so good, but there's one that sucks ass.
There was one, and once again, I can't stress this enough, I really did in this episode think that Graham was gonna take on the role of Blake the Snake, and it was going to be like I'm so sorry, Grace, but this time I'm helping.
It turns out that James F. Blake never existed.
He wasn't real! Oh no!
But wait, in order for this to be real, that means we also have to go back to 1943, and I have to leave Rosa Parks on the side of the road.
A paradox?
I have to aggress her for decades.
I just love that there's, like, bus driver solidarity in this episode, but, like, Graham was like, he's giving us a bad name. He's giving bus drivers everywhere a bad name.
I do want to say, like, the obvious thing aside, James F. Blake sounds like he was a real
piece of shit.
Obviously. But when I was looking stuff up, I saw that Rosa Parks, on the day that she was arrested, she said, like, I didn't know at the time that it was the bus driver who, like, fucked with me so many times that I stopped taking the bus for a while. Like, specifically, he would, like, drive past her when he would see her.
What a douche.
Yeah, I'm glad he's dead.
Yeah, it's a good thing that he's dead. And it's a good thing that Graham is not a racist bus driver. He's one of the good ones.
I'm glad he's not Graham.
You meet someone and you find out their occupation and you just, like, search your mind for the worst of them.
Well, we find out that Grace was, like, a huge Rosa Parks fan. She had a shirt that said Spirit of Rosa.
She's a Rosa Parks fan, and, you know, that's cool.
Sure. There's worse things to be a stan for.
There's worse things to be, yeah. You could be a stan of
James F. Blake.
James F. Blake, yeah. Blake the Snake.
We're reclaiming the snake emoji for the James F. Blake fandom.
Graham and Grace meet, and Graham goes home and he throws away his Spirit of James F. Blake t-shirt that he's wearing.
No. He's the reason I became a bus driver.
Always loved his integrity to the rules, I did. Oh no, Graham. No.
So
Graham's not racist, I have to say.
No. We get a research montage as they all go to the local library and look up Rosa Parks, but when we know it, she doesn't exist yet.
How were they literally, they're like, right, one of the things that the doctor does is instruct Yaz to make a timeline of the day, and this is where I was saying that she needs that question mark. It talks in the voice of the seventh Doctor.
No, she doesn't need it because Yaz paid attention in school, unlike us.
They're like, she's like writing it down like moment to moment by hour. It needs to be
maybe what the doctor means is, can you write down all of the timeline notes that I'm about to say to you?
Yeah, like, this is why she needs to be like, time computer, tell me about Rosa Parks. Well, you see, Rosa Parks was one day a seamstress.
I'm glad that the seventh Doctor lives on in the TARDIS.
And the time computer, yeah.
So, basically what they're doing here is they are trying to figure out what her bus route will be tomorrow so that they can
place Graham on the bus to make him be racist at her.
So they like ride the buses around town and they're just like doing bus research.
Well, they learn about bus racism also because here's one thing I actually did think was interesting, made you think. Was they get on the bus and then obviously like Ryan is sent to the back of the bus. But Yaz isn't, and Yaz is like, am I white? I don't know. I'm confused about this system.
Right, like,
what am I? Where do I sit?
Where do I fit into this system of segregation? Yeah.
Yeah. Which is the thing I have learned about in the past, is that it was a very weird, confusing system for people who weren't either black or white. And a lot of times I'm pretty sure it was up to
should I just be happy that I'm winning?
Should I participate in the system? Because it doesn't affect me.
So they get off the bus outside Rosa's workplace, and they just like wait until nighttime, and
we watch it like fade to nighttime, and all of the lights turn on in the building.
And they're like, "Oh, fancy meeting you on this bus, Mrs. Parks.
Oh, you're that racist British lady that I met yesterday."
The doctor uses what is apparently the doctor's like number one lie, which is, "I'm doing market research."
This literally killed me. She's like, "I'm doing market research. Can you tell me how satisfied you are with your bus riding experience?"
Specifically, the doctor's favorite thing to lie about is doing market research specifically about transportation.
Listen, who doesn't love to learn about people's transit habits? But when you ask Rosa fucking Parks if she's
I don't know that you are as enthused as I am about the fact that this happened in Gridlock and Rosa.
Oh, she did that did happen in Gridlock.
Yeah, he's like jumping through cars and being like, "Hello, I am taking a survey for the Transportation Council."
I'm sorry, I can't stress enough that that in this episode, the doctor asks Rosa fucking Parks how she feels about her experience riding the bus, and I just think that's
this bus.
I just think that's a little bit of a wild thing to do when you know who she is.
Well, no, because there's kids watching this who don't know, and then Rosa's like, "I don't like it," and they're like, "Oh, it's bad?
The bus is racist?
The bus is racist?"
Especially because we learned from this episode that Rosa Parks' workplace and housing was one stop away, so she didn't even really need to ride the bus for a particularly long time, hence that she stopped riding the bus for several years after Blake the Snake was racist at her on it. So
fucking Blake the Snake.
Giving all bus drivers a bad name.
Yeah, she also is like, you're gonna need to move up to the next row, by the way, because if you're sitting here, then the driver will see
Rosa
that
Parks
and interpret that as...
Rosa Parks says this to the doctor. I don't think you made that clear.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, she says, "You can't be sitting next to me. You have to move up a row, because if you don't move up a row, then they're going to make all of us move back a row."
Right.
And stand up and stuff.
And the doctor says, interesting. Let me make a note of that for my master plan later. So Rosa gets off at her stop, and Ryan follows her. The others make plans. Graham is going to find out where the bus drivers drink after work so that he can find Blake the Snake.
Yep.
James the Snames.
This is what I'm saying. One of the biggest takeaways that I have from this episode is that I will now forever know the name of the racist bus driver, and I just don't know if that's a good thing.
Well, hey, his name has been reclaimed by post-dubstep musician James Blake.
He's been immortalized in this episode of Doctor Who, and I just don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. Is it bad to know his name? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, you know him for being a piece of shit. I don't know.
I guess, but what about the people who now know him for being an epic racist? Because you
think that there were epic racists watching this episode?
Hell yeah, dude!
On the BBC, going, "Come on, Crisco, come on."
This is the one that the villain's gonna win. I just know it.
Come on.
He's gonna do it.
Crossing all their fingers. Come on,
Let's
man.
Go.
Ah!
God damn it. Oh, I got blasted. I can't wait to talk about this.
The doctor is gonna go find Crisco and deal with him in one way or another.
Which is incredibly easy, by the way.
Yeah.
Incredibly easy man to deal with.
So we go to Ryan, who is following Rosa. This part.
Ryan looks like he's about to murder Rosa Parks. The way he's following her,
because he's not like hiding behind things. No. He's just walking like 5 feet behind her,
not keeping his distance.
And she's like, "Hey, can you fucking stop following me?" And he's like, "I want to help you fight racism." And she's like, "How do I know you're not a spy for the FBI?" And he's like, "Do you think that the FBI would send someone who's this bad at following people?"
I'm ignorant. I'm incompetent. I'm British. I'm not white. And then she says, "Good point. Do you know how to serve coffee?" And he goes,
I don't know why.
How hard could it be? He says.
In my notes, I for some reason I got really interested in this plot point when she asked if he's good at serving coffee, and for some reason, I don't know where my head was at, but I was like, oh fuck, I don't know, is he?
Is Ryan a trained barista?
Is Ryan good at serving coffee?
It's just, can he pour liquid into a cup? Can he? I don't know.
Can he make the perfect macchiato?
No. She didn't say, like, making espresso. I don't even know if they had espresso back then.
Rosa Parks says, are you good at serving coffee? Because I was just on my way to the Starbucks Barista World Championships.
She says, I was just about to purchase a new high-end grinder, and I was wondering if you wanted to test it out with me with my $2,000 espresso machine that I've imported from Italy.
No, they were probably using a percolator. I just watched a Technology Connections video about them, and now I'm like, even though I don't know anything about them. Ew, can you imagine?
This is the scene where the doctor just owns and trolls Crisco so hard. So she goes back to Bus House, and Cusco's
he, by the way, he's just left his suitcase in the exact same spot.
Why is it just in the middle of the floor?
He didn't even move it.
Yeah, you need to be able to think about GBR again. She opens up the suitcase and GFB.
Good fucking Beal.
She opens it up and there's a lady with an eye patch in it. Remember that? What was that about?
Oh god, someday we will learn what the hell that was.
Maybe.
I like this part. He shoots at her with the time displacer, and she throws the suitcase, which then gets hit by the blast, and she's like, oops, looks like you just time traveled all your shit to the 79th century.
Also, you have one shot in it, and now your gun it's going to overheat, and he tries to shoot it again. He goes, jeez,
ow, my hand.
And then she says, dude, this was continuity.
Continuity win. This guy is River Song.
This guy's from Stormcage, which is, I guess, the Arkham Asylum of Doctor Who. It's where all of history's most evil time criminals go.
We've got River Song, Benedict Arnold, Crisco.
She's like, and then she's like, what did you do? And he says, I was young, I was stupid, I didn't know what I was doing.
He's such a sicko.
He's a sicko. He's like killed thousands of
people. He's like, I only killed 2,000 people. Teehee. By the way, she recognizes him as a former Stormcage prisoner because he has like a Stormcage tattoo on his wrist.
I am working so hard to not accidentally say Stormcloak, like in Skyrim. You know Skyrim.
Montgomery belongs to the whites.
Sorry, that one hit me twice. It's like, yeah, that's pretty funny. And then I like processed the words.
It's one of those two-hit jokes.
It's one of those two-hit jokes. I processed the words that you actually said. We caught him trying to cross over the border into Alabama. So yes, apparently, if you've ever seen the movie A Clockwork Orange, you've heard of this kind of deal before. Tom Foss put a bomb in his brain. That makes him not able to kill people no matter how much he wants to, and he like literally, but it doesn't stop you from choking people is an important thing, because he does start.
No,
well, he tried. Hold on.
They're doing something here. I mean, not really, but it's a neural restrictor in his brain that was like the terms of his release. The only way. I have to say, by the way, I know he's a time traveler, but when he's like, I served my time in Stormcage after I killed 2,000 people, he's pretty young for that, to have served his time for it, I'm
a prison abolitionist for sure, but if you kill 2,000 people, I think the rules bend a little bit for you.
That's a large number.
That's a lot of
Stormcage
people.
is so bad that they're like, all right, I hereby sentence you. Well, we could do a lifetime in normal prison or 6 weeks in Stormcage, where you just get like hit with hammers the whole time.
They just keep bonking you.
So he goes. So he's out of Stormcage, but he's got a neural restrictor in his brain, which means that he can't kill or harm anyone, no matter how much he wants to.
But some light
that's
choking
why he's
is
using
okay.
the time displacer. She also destroys his time machine, his vortex manipulator.
I really enjoy, by the way, I can't stress enough the extent of this man's racism. And I don't think we know what time period he's from, which I thought was, I mean, he's obviously from the future and from outer space and science, but like he literally describes changing civil rights movement as a hobby. And, but the extent of his racism is like, there's one line. I mean, the extent of his racism is that he's trying to stop Rosa Parks from doing the Rosa Parks thing, and that's pretty racist. But like the character establishment of racism is that he says to Ryan, things were better before, and it's like, what world do you come from that this is like a thing that would be on your mind? Are you from like we don't know enough about this guy's life to know why he's doing this?
Yeah, but I mean, so like that's what people say now, where they're like, "Oh, there used to be a magical time, a fairy tale time when whites ruled." I
just have to settle on the true answer of this guy's a real fucking asshole.
He's just racist.
Like I need to know how far into the future people still think like this, is basically my point.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
So she destroys his time machine.
Oh my god, I just remembered how this episode ended. Holy shit, you liked this one, Sam?
What?
I said I just remembered how this episode ended. Like the last thing that happens in this episode. You like this one?
Oh, well, earlier when you were interrupting me 5,000 times, I was going to say that I thought the ending was dumb, but you wouldn't fucking let me talk, so I just gave up.
I had to comment on the funny thing about Graham. Okay.
So
the doctor, yeah.
He grabs her by the throat, but she says, "Ha ha, you can't hurt me. I can see what's happening." So the point is, he can like grab her neck, but when he's like, "Okay, now I'm going to squeeze and choke her," he like tries and he just can't do it. So then he's just like, God fucking damn it. So I think that makes sense. I think that makes
sort of a light, playful, kinky kind of way, but not like he's going to actually try to do her harm. Yeah.
Sure. If she was like, "I want you to sexually murder me with a rocket launcher," and it's consensual, then he would be able to shoot a rocket launcher.
It's like, yeah, when you're killing someone with a rocket launcher, what are you doing? You're just you're pulling a trigger. That's not, you're just pulling a trigger. What if you shoot the ground near someone with a rocket launcher? Does that count? This is where she asks.
If you warthog jump, does the neural restrictor let you warthog jump?
If I set off a bunch of dominoes that ends up like cutting it with a Rube Goldberg machine that takes a pair of scissors and cuts the rope of the guillotine, does that count? I
would guess that the neural restrictor in your brain means that you know what you're doing.
What if I set up the guillotine dominoes and then I ask someone else to knock the domino over?
I would guess in that case that the neural restrictor wouldn't let you ask them.
What if I'm doing a performance art piece where I kill Rosa Parks, but it's for art?
This is my point, though, is I think the fact that it's literally wired into his brain means it knows whether or not he's trying to hurt someone or whether he's going to hurt someone.
What if I
think they sidestepped all the problems of this plot pretty all right.
What if I don't know that the act... What if I play Russian roulette with the person I'm trying to kill, and I don't know for sure whether the bullet is in the chamber?
I think at that point the neural restrictor would say, "No, you can't give them the gun and play Russian roulette with them because that's a thing that kills people." I'm sorry, you're trying to poke holes in this. I don't think there's any holes you can poke in it.
Airtight. So his plan is to butterfly effect Rosa Parks's defiant.
Right. So he's like, "I'm not going to kill her. I'm not going to hurt anyone. I'm just going to like vandalize the bus." I love his thing where
no shade to the world's funniest Doctor Who villain. Is there a chance, and I don't want to be controversial here, is there a chance that maybe had Rosa Parks not done this today, she would have done it at another point in her life?
Well, maybe who's to say that he wouldn't have just kept stopping her?
This is his life's work. He's constantly trying to. This is like forever.
This is life's work is to stop Rosa Parks from protesting by making her life really good.
Every single day, he's like, "I don't want Rosa Parks to do the protest, so I went ahead."
Damn it! I can't let her protest. I have to desegregate the buses so she has nothing to protest.
I have to stop racism to get rid of Rosa Parks. like this is what I'm saying.
Foot massage for you, man.
Is there a chance that someone else who isn't Rosa Parks would have done this if not for her? Is it possible that the other people who are on the bus who are experiencing racism every day, are you trying to say that Rosa Parks is a magical person who is the only person in the world who was not happy with her bus riding experience?
Well, this is a thing. Is like Rosa Parks was not the first person to protest bus segregation. She was just the one who had like a pretty high profile case that the NAACP got involved with.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't think Crisco's plan was ever going to work.
It was a really bad plan.
But that's why he's such a funny villain, because he's racist and he's fucking stupid.
He's racist and he sucks.
But yeah, I like when the doctor, by the way, is like fully taunting him. She's like, "Ha ha, you can't kill me. You're stranded in 1955. Ha ha." And
that's it. That settles it. I'm gonna go back to Gallifrey the year before you were born, and I'm gonna stop your parents from having sex.
I'm gonna go fuck your dad. I like this is fun because it makes no sense in context. Is the doctor says, "What's your name?" Crisco. Don't like it. Why?
Bad name. She didn't.
Doctor, you've met people named Grempo and Graham.
She hasn't met
Greston Honktray.
She didn't meet Greston Honktray yet.
What the fuck was his name?
I don't remember. I've been trying.
It's like Talpaki or something.
Yeah, it was Paltrasky.
Oh yeah, it was like Greston Paltraki.
Greston Paltraki. She hasn't met Greston Paltraki yet. She doesn't know the extent.
She has not seen the depths that names can reach.
She doesn't know how bad it could get.
So, yeah, she's like, well, you lost already because I sent all of your stuff to the future. Some Alabama kid in the 79th century is going to be like hit in the head with a flying suitcase and die.
Dead instantly. I do love... Well, no, he's on Spaceship Alabama, the most cursed and racist of the spaceships.
That's true. It's a space whale is going to fly down and be like, where'd that suitcase come from? So
it's very Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy style moment there.
So he's like, I don't need all my gear. I just need to nudge history off track, and then I win. Haha. So we go back to Ryan and Rosa. She's introducing him to her husband Raymond, her friends Fred Gray, which was her lawyer, and Martin Luther King Jr., which was Martin Luther King Jr.
Never heard of this guy before. On my education, you see. This would be so funny if he hadn't paid attention in school and he didn't know who this was. He's just that disconnected.
I like this though. Ryan is like, he's like in the middle of shaking MLK's hand when Rosa Parks is like, this is my friend Martin Luther King Jr. And he's like, oh my God.
He's like, my grandma's such a big fan of yours. And he's like, Is she go to my church?
Oh, yeah. Like, and Raymond Parks is like, old ladies do love your sermons, you old weirdo.
It's pretty good. Yeah, that's and then he says, excuse me, Dr. King. And then he goes, whoa, I just said that.
Well, she's like getting his attention to ask him for coffee or whatever. And he's like, oh, one moment, Dr. King. Yes, Rosa Parks? Whoa,
man. I'm meeting so many important
I liked
people.
it. I thought it was
nice. It was funny.
It's charming.
It is. I like Ryan. Listen, I actually like Ryan and Graham, and I even like Yaz in this episode because she got to like, I don't know. I think I like them all when they're together. I like the trio of Yaz, Ryan.
I do. Yeah.
And I bet you actual money that if I looked up like Screen Rant top 10 most cringe fail worst companions, Yaz, Ryan, and Graham would be near the top, and they'd be like, Doctor Who really let us down.
Do you want to actually make that bet? Because I think you're wrong.
I think that they're near the top of worst companions.
I think that K9 is going to be the top. Okay, I've been told that there's like a boy genius at some point.
Worst companions. Every Doctor Who companion ranked from worst to best.
Okay, if we're going to do this, we need to set the terms. How much money?
I have no money. Okay, I absolutely cannot afford this bet.
Okay, so you lied.
Well, I will eat a Burger King Whopper if I'm wrong about that.
I don't care if you eat a Whopper. Let's move on.
Wait, I want to know. Okay, if I'm wrong about the Doctor Who fandom disliking Graham Ryan,
next time I see you, I get to punch you in the face.
You get to punch me in the face, and I will give you $20 next time I see you.
No, I don't want this anymore.
Okay, hold on. Number worst one is Dan the Man! No!
Boo!
Oh, fuck. Look, Ryan and Graham. Another exit that feels slightly out of nowhere, just not on the scale of Dan's. It's Ryan and Graham.
Well, stop.
Stop
reading
I don't want to read it. Anyway, Screen Rant hates them, so...
Well, Screen Rant's the best website ever, so they actually... I didn't like this episode.
I bet the best one is Rose. Oh, shit! They put Donna at the top. Good fucking lads. Donna.
I keep forgetting if I've met Donna, because Donna and Martha are the same name to me.
No, Donna is very different from Martha, and you will like Donna, and we will like Donna.
I do know that she's Catherine Tate.
She is Catherine Tate, that's right.
Horrible on The Office, but it's not her fault.
Not her fault.
Everyone was horrible on The Office at that point. Okay, so Graham is playing pool with James Blake the Snake.
Not a great look for Graham, I'm going to be honest.
But he's like, I sure do love being a bus driver. And Blake's like, huh, well, you must not have to deal in England with the headache of how difficult it is to deal with black people all day and being racist and loving segregation.
I will say, this episode is a little bit self-congratulatory to England for being desegregated at this point, ignoring all the other fucked up things that they were doing at this time. And, like, good for them for desegregating and abolishing slavery before we did. Like, that's objectively a good thing.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, I'm sure that James Blake in real life was like, God damn English people.
They were very much patting themselves on the back in a way that felt a little bit
we did it!
To me.
So,
we did it!
So, Graham asks if James is working tomorrow, and James says, nope, I'm going fishing at Mill Creek. And Graham's like,
I want a raffle. Yeah.
That's not right. And Blake's like, yeah, I just heard from a guy from the depot that my schedule was changed.
I heard from Mr. Kronko that I'm off tomorrow. and my coworker Frank Sinatra Lover 55 is going to be taking over for me.
There's a nice little moment here with Ryan and Rosa where
I thought you were going to say there's a nice little moment with Graham and the racist bus driver,
where he lets James win because James been having a rough day at work. No, where Ryan and Rosa, it's like the end of their meeting or whatever.
End of his shift at the coffee shop.
It's at her house.
I know it's at her house. It's just a joke. Sorry. I know there's nothing. I know we don't make jokes on this podcast. Yeah,
Jordan, I know that you love the coffee shop AU
the fucking civil rights coffee shop AU is.
But you need to understand, this is the whole point of this episode. If she met with them in a coffee shop, everything would be different.
Yeah, you're right.
There would still be racists.
They did get rid of those.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, he's just like, oh, this was amazing. Thank you for fighting the good fight. I'm sure it'll be worth it. Wink, wink. That's a wink of knowing, not a wink of no, it won't. For the record.
Yeah. I'm sure by the year 2022 they will have successfully ended racism. Wink, wink.
But this is what I mean though, is like the fact that this episode was written by a black woman and that there's a moment where a black character just like gives a little nod of encouragement to Rosa Parks ahead of time, I think is so much more palatable than what I was afraid of, which is professionally white man Chris Chibnall writing that specifically Graham and the doctor like tell Rosa Parks that racism is worth fighting or something.
I will say this episode was not the time bomb I thought it was going to be.
No, it really wasn't.
I was incorrect about that. I didn't love it that much, but it was not a time bomb.
I didn't love it either, for the record. I thought that it was. I thought it was pretty good.
I feel like your expectations set you back so far that when the episode was not a complete disaster, you went, okay.
Well, I will say, and I don't remember if I talked about this at the time, I did see at some point that this was the second highest rated 13th Doctor episode.
Can I say something?
With like a 70% on IMDb.
Yeah, if this is the second highest
good.
rated episode of the 13th Doctor, it doesn't bode well for us. But also, they were very wrong about the Battle of Ranskorav Kolos.
Right, that's the thing. The worse people think the episode is, the better it will be.
I don't know about that. I remember some episodes of Doctor Who that are universally
That's despised. True. Also, people didn't like Legend of the Sea Devils. Anyway, okay, so Graham goes back to the motel and he tells them that Crisco is moving around Blake's schedule. I liked the very mundane villain plan of this, where it's like, right, I'm gonna have James Blake go fishing that day.
He's been living rent free in my head this whole time. Like, I can't stop thinking about this guy that's just like, I'm so racist that I'm gonna undo Rosa Parks by by changing around a bus driver's schedule.
Right.
That's just so iconic of him.
So yeah, he tells them that a guy named Elias Griffin Jr., which is such a specific
name, right?
I thought that it was an actual person, but it's not. He's going to be covering the shift. So this is where the doctor's like, oh, he's just trying to make tiny changes to nudge history off track. So she's like, okay, I now know what our goal is here. It's just to make sure that everything happens as it's supposed to. James has to be driving the bus, Rosa has to be on the bus, and the whites only section has to be full, critically. And fortunately, we have 2 people who can help with that if need be. So at this point, Ryan grabs the temporal displacer and says, I will use this later. And the doctor says, don't. And he says, I will.
She says, no, Graham, if you kill him, you'll be no worse than him. And he says, no, this is me, Ryan, and I will not learn this lesson later.
And then Yaz and Ryan have ideas at the same time. And they go, do you want to do, are you thinking what I'm thinking? 1, 2, 3, a radial tracking map.
Thank you.
Thank you. She says raffle winner, he says fishing takedown, which...
I love when Kiryu does his fishing takedown.
I have to say, when we find out what the fishing takedown entails, very disappointing. I
was really upset about it. I mean, I wasn't upset.
I was expecting a Kiryu heat move.
Yeah, like the essence of hook, line, and sinker or something.
Essence of Mill Creek.
Yeah, just pushes him in. But that's not going to get him to work, is it, Sam? They're just going to ruin his fishing
That's
trips.
right. That would just send him to the hospital.
Imagine ruining someone's fishing trip so much that they literally are just like, fuck this, I'm going to work. Instead of fuck this, I'm going. No, because he decompresses by being racist. So he's like, I need to blow off some steam.
Hey, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Right. So they go to, so they go to this guy's, the doctor and Yaz go to this man's house. And they tell him the world's most obvious lie that I'm unclear to this moment whether or not it was a lie or not.
No, it's not. It's not.
Right, because
they tell him he's won a raffle
to go see
Frank Sinatra in Vegas
with backstage passes, but he has to leave right now in the next 30 minutes. And part of the raffle is that they've got his even more racist, I should say, coworker to cover for him.
We don't know that this guy's racist. He probably is.
He is. He's a bus driver. It's in their blood.
But he's like, oh my God, I'm supposed to, but I'm okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. And they're like, all right, sounds good. The taxi will be here in half an hour. Be ready. And they walk away. And the doctor says, you know what? I was pretty pissed off when I tried to call Elvis and found out that he lent the phone to Frank Sinatra, but hey, it worked out in the end.
They actually did. Why didn't they just trick him? I mean, I guess it was just he didn't want to get this guy's hopes up, and the disappointment that he would have felt when he travels to Las Vegas and doesn't find Frank Sinatra waiting for him.
I thought that was a very funny way to bring back the Elvis cell phone thing.
Are you telling me that if the doctor calls Frank Sinatra and says, hey, can you give backstage passes to a bus driver I know, he wouldn't say, like, who is this? Who the fuck are you? What? Huh? What?
I don't know. Maybe she's met Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra?
Did I say
Frank Sinatra?
That's what she's going to say in the episode where she meets Frank Sinatra.
Then they are like, now we need to put the finishing touches on our plan. And then the doctor rips her iconic coat in half. Not in half. Sorry, just a little bit. She just rips it a little bit at the hem. Now we find out about Operation Fishing Takedown, which is Graham and Ryan show up at Mill Creek where Blake is doing racist fishing.
I like that Graham walks up and he's like, oh, hey, you mentioned Mill Creek and the fishing. It sounded so good. I decided I'd join you if that's all right. Hey, you mentioned you're racist. Can I introduce my grandson? And Ryan walks up to him and like pats him on the shoulder and is like, yo, Jimmy Blake, what's up, blood?
Does he give him a fist bump? Or like try?
I think he offers a fist bump. And Graham like sits down in James's chair. Ryan starts like picking up his net and stuff, and James like, what the fuck are you doing?
And then Graham is like, hey, you know that there's some civil rights activists who are going to do a bust it in today, and Blake's like, no, like hell they're not.
Over my dead body. He's like, you could have the creek. I'm out of here. Oh, no, sorry. This is where Graham offers Ryan a fist bump, and Ryan's like, don't do that.
Hey, fist bump your old granddad, Ryan.
They'll fist bump in the Battle of Ranskorev-Kolos.
Not until the ref. Yeah, I think they give a full hug at that point.
I think it really speaks to how much we like that episode that I remember the name.
Of Battle of Ranskorev-Kolos?
Of the Battle of Ranskorev-Kolos. So the Doctor and Yaz go to Rosa's...
Sorry, I need to say one more thing about, because you brought it up and it reminded me of something. We learned all about this episode. We learned more about Grace, Ryan's grandma, and how she was like so cool and like she loved Rosa Parks and she was a bus driver enthusiast. And every time they hear about her and what a cool lady she was, I do have to remind myself that her life ended tragically when weird, bumpy space alien Tim Shaw showed up and
Sim Shaw
showed up and
he was a Scalepomorph.
He blasted her or like bonked her. We don't actually know how he killed her, but he did kill her.
No. Graham said in the Battle of Ranskorev-Kolos, I'm gonna get that guy who bonked my wife.
He dropped a piano on Grace, and I'm gonna drop a piano on him. God damn it.
They take the coat to Rosa's workplace, and I like this part where Yaz is like, please, you need to fix this coat, it's an emergency, we'll even pay you double because British people hate when our clothes rip. And Rosa's just like, well, I have no evidence that that's not true, so okay.
We'll give you $519.55, which is enough that you could buy...
Bet it all at the casino and become the most evil corporate capitalist the world has ever seen!
Take this book of horse betting outcomes.
Oh no, what have we done? What if there's a part afterwards where Yas is like, oh, don't worry, I'll pay you. And then she gives her the money... And then we see her, like, stealing Rosa Parks' purse afterwards when they leave.
Wait, why? Oh, like, so she doesn't have the money?
So she doesn't have more money than she's supposed to. She takes the money back and gives the purse back.
Yeah, why she steal the whole purse?
That's and all was right with the world.
Yeah.
Then she leaves a calling card with the big question
with the question mark on it.
So, Patreon.com/pottingbros. So, Rosa is like, oh yeah, I guess I can do that. The point of this plan is they need to make sure that she's busy enough that she leaves at 5:40, no later.
We're back with Blake the Snake. He's like, oh man, my fishing trip got cut short. That sucks, but at least I get to go be racist on my favorite bus. What? What happened to my bus?
I do want to say, going back to the Yaz and the Doctor and Rosa thing, it is funny how... I assume unintentionally, Rosa must get to the end of this episode and be like, God damn, I don't know who that lady was.
I have been thinking
about this. Fuck.
Yeah, like, we get a scene at one of the last shots of the episode is the Doctor, Rosa looking at the Doctor on the bus, and the Doctor smiles at Rosa, and I'd like to imagine that Rosa was just like, go fuck yourself, racist British lady.
Piece of shit. Yeah, I mean, there's the thing where she's like, I love Montgomery. There's the thing where...
right now.
What's that?
Fix this coat right now.
There's the fix this coat right now, and the fact that she's like, okay, I have somewhere to be. Yaz, you stay here. And Rosa's like, oh, you don't have to do that. I'll have it ready at the end of the day. And Yaz is like, no, I'm going to stay here because she's busy. But that coat is very valuable, and normally she doesn't let it out of her sight. She just has me, her non-white companion, do her bidding for her. And Rose is like, tick,
It's not looking good for you, Doctor.
It's not looking good. We have created a story where Rosa Parks of history fame is going to come out of this whole thing being like, man, everything started getting better that day. When the civil rights movement started because I did my thing. But goddamn, I fucking hate that lady. Whoever she was. Oh, the other thing where she's like, do you like the bus?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with your bus riding?
On a scale of 9 to 10, how much do you love the Montgomery bus line?
Do you enjoy the how do you feel about the service on the Montgomery bus line? How are the bus drivers to you? Fucking terrible.
So the doctor leaves. This is where Blake finds his bus. It's all vandalized. I love that Crisco is just like wearing a jumpsuit and he's like, you're gonna have to cancel the whole route for today. I don't know about this. I don't think we can fix this.
Am I imagining it wrong, or was Crisco wearing like a Peaky Blinders flat cap when he is also
wearing a Peaky Blinders flat cap. We see Graham, like, just his little head poking out from behind the car in the background.
Love this. Please, Discord server. No, we'll put this on the Twitter. We don't do that anymore. We'll put this on our socials because it is
I still post the episodes on Twitter.
The fucking shot of Graham peeking out over the car is the funny. It's so fucking funny. Oh my god.
So Ryan then runs over, and the doctor also runs over. Oh, no, sorry. Ryan was already here. Right. Anyway, the doctor runs over, and she tells Ryan, and this is the worst part of her plan, which is there's going to be people who are waiting for the bus, and it's going to be late. You need to go and tell them that it's coming, and don't leave. Everyone who is supposed to be on that bus needs to be on that bus.
And one thing you gotta know about Montgomery, Alabama, 1955 is that
specifically every white person who is supposed to be on that bus needs to be on.
Loved to listen to the instructions of black people.
But also, like, if your bus is running late, like, you wait, you're like, oh, the bus is late. I guess.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna stand here now. Guess I'll walk all the way across town, I guess. I mean, I guess you could get a cab. Is that a thing people did back in Montgomery times? In racism times? Did they get a cab?
I don't fucking know. So Graham and the doctor pull up in front of Blake, who is, like, about to leave the depot with a bus that she just hotwired a minute ago. And Graham is driving and he's just like, hey, buddy, hop in. It's time to go to work. And Blake's like, what the fuck is happening?
Literally, both Rosa Parks and Blake the Snake are having the weirdest days of their life. And it's very surreal to me that Rosa Parks is having such a strange day with, like, this racist British lady continuing to pester her. And then, like, you know, the racist British lady is on the bus again with her weird multicultural group of friends, and, like, then it ends in her getting like, what a weird day for Rosa Parks.
I love that they do it again, though, where the doctor's like, look, Mr. Blake, there's something you have to know. British people are confusing and mysterious, so don't worry about it. Just get on the fucking bus and get to work.
You've never met one of us in your goddamn life. In fact, just today was the first day you ever found out that we were real. So,
and Blake's like, okay, I have no idea what's going on, but you're British, so this all checks out, I guess. So
makes sense.
He gets on the bus. They're on the bus, and he drives off. Ryan, meanwhile, is just, like, running along the bus route, tearing down signs that Crisco has put up saying that the bus is out of service.
He was so efficient with his plan. Like he was a busy bee in the worst way possible. It's kind of hilarious. The steps to which he was banking he saw every piece of data to make sure that Rosa Parks did not do this. And once again, I can't stress this enough. If it wasn't Rosa Parks, it would have been someone else. I can't with you, Crisco.
Racial tensions were already high.
Listen, Crisco, be better.
Be better, Crisco.
Be better. You can't.
So Yaz is just chatting with Rosa. Is this where we learn? Oh no, Yaz mentioned earlier that she was a cop, but
right.
She mentions that she's a police officer. Rosa says, "Oh, that sounds really cool for you." But she says, I want to be in charge someday. I'm going to be the police chief of Sheffield.
Really cool.
I'm going to be in charge of the racists.
I'm going to change the system from the inside. Just you wait. And I don't ever think the system's going to change me.
So Yaz looks at the clock and she's like, oh shit.
Okay. Enough of that, sorry.
So Yaz looks up at the clock and sees that they have 10 minutes, so she's like, oh, we should get going. And Rosa's just like, what are you talking about? You said this coat was so important and you needed it done today, and now you're, like, trying to get me to leave when it's, like, not quite finished? I don't understand. And Yaz is just like, yeah, that's pretty weird, huh? Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything. Just keep going. Rose is like, it's fine. I want to do a good job. I can walk home if I have to. And Yaz is like,
you need to get on this bus. You need to experience racism, Rosa Parks.
My boss is racist. You should actually leave the code unfinished. That'll show her. Let's go.
Meanwhile, Ryan finds an old-timey automobile. Also, another thing I kept thinking...
Not quite. There's a little part...
Yeah.
There's a little part here where Ryan, like, runs up to this old white couple, and he's like, oh, the bus is coming, just wait for the bus. And the guy's like, don't fucking tell me what to do, boy.
There's also
and Ryan's like, I don't know why the doctor thought that this would work.
There's also a scene where Graham and the doctor are on the bus, and they're like, wait a minute, there's not enough white people on the bus. And then they look at the bus mirror and they go, wait a minute, we're white people.
I'm white people.
They look at their hands. I could be on the bus. And then we get the scene where, another thing I kept thinking about watching this episode. This show's budget is way too high. Way too many old-timey cars. Way too much period clothing.
Yeah.
These budgets, they need to cut
these cars should be made out of cardboard.
They should make these, there should be no cars in this episode, and they should every scene should be filmed inside.
You haven't watched the 4th Doctor episode yet, have you?
No, I have not seen it yet.
Okay. Well,
budget's too damn high.
The 70s effects. Oh boy.
Spicy. We need that. We need more of that. The show looks too good. I
think the 70s, well, they might be a little too bad for me.
Uh-oh. Well, we did, the episode that was our favorite classic episode yet was apparently so expensive that the director was blacklisted from Doctor Who forever because he spent too much money making cool explosions.
Patreon.com/PowerBros. Okay, so... Okay.
Crisco has parked his car in the road just as extra super special spicy insurance that no...
Right, he's like, if nothing else, I will block this fucking bus myself.
And then Ryan is like... This is the scene where Crisco finally reveals his desire to be space racist, where he's just like, you people will never rise above.
I think he said it earlier. Whatever.
He says it at least once.
I think this is where he's twice. Very explicit about it. He's like, this time around, your kind will stay in your place. And Ryan goes, you want to live in the past? Well, that can be arranged.
The doctor's words echoed my mind. Graham, if you kill Tim Shaw, you're no better than him.
He didn't kill him.
It's always an asterisk with the doctor. It's not like you didn't kill him, you just sent him back in time to dinosaur times.
This is what's great, though, because, he does say later, he's like, I said it as early as it would go. We don't find out how early that is. You sent him to the fucking primordial soup? Did you send him to the fucking, before the baryons? This is what I'm imagining, though, is that Crisco is going to end up in caveman times or whatever, and he's going to see, like he's gonna meet a fucking Neanderthal who has the anti-racism gene, and he's gonna be like, I should bash your heads in with a big rock. Ugh, I can't! Damn it!
No, it's gonna be like he sent him back to the Big Bang. But it was like
fine. He sees like a lizard slither out of the water, and he says, maybe you have the anti...
Did you hear what I just said? I said Big Bang!
I just don't think that it can do that.
Why? It's the earliest possible time period that the device can do.
I mean, it overheated from him shooting it at the doctor once.
He got burned up, and he's dead. But it's okay, because Ryan didn't do it, and most importantly, more than anything, Graham didn't do it, and that's really what matters. Maybe the doctor was afraid
just
of
imagining that he just like sends Crisco like 5 minutes into the past, and Crisco's just like, huh.
Well, this is like I remember as a child thinking when I watched the hit movie Monsters, Inc. that when they send Randall through the door and he just gets like beaten up by some hillbilly. That's not a solution. I mean, it's just like they killed him. There's no way that they didn't kill Randall.
Oh, I see your point.
They killed him. And
I don't know, Crisco, he's playing Rust now.
Like,
he's in a better place.
I'm not sad that Crisco is probably dead, but I do think that Ryan did murder him.
I just see no reason to believe that he's dead.
I mean, he's dead now. Maybe he's really long-lived. We don't know what he is. We don't know anything about this fucking guy.
It turns out that we are all descended from Crisco. The nerve restrictor didn't say he can't fuck.
It's like the fucking dark sign of racism. This is why racism exists, is because we have Crisco's DNA.
Oh yeah, he bred racism into humanity.
He cursed humanity, the primordial soup, with racism.
If I can't kill the anti-racist Neanderthal, I'll fuck the anti-racist Neanderthal.
Does that mean that Ryan is the reason that racism exists? Because he set this whole event into motion?
Well... yeah.
Dang it, Ryan.
Self-fulfilling prophecy, though, you know? It was always going to happen this way.
It's always going to happen.
So, Ryan literally congratulates himself out loud.
I did it.
Great job, Ryan. Thanks, Ryan.
And then he drives Crisco's car away. I
just wanted him to just like drive it off of a bridge or something.
He won't be needing this anymore. So this is about, so I can't remember when about I really started. I think it was when Graham pulls up in the bus that I thought, is Graham going to have to be the racist bus driver now? But thankfully
but he doesn't. So Rosa gets on the bus. She finished the coat. Ryan catches up right after them. He gets on in the back with Rosa. But first he tells the doctor, I sent Crisco as far back as that thing could go. The doctor has absolutely no opinion on that. I literally don't think she responds.
I think the only reason that she tells Graham not to kill Tim Shaw is because she can sense in him the like animalistic murder urge that she doesn't want him to become a serial killer or something.
Right. Once he's tasted blood.
Right. It's specifically like she can trust Ryan.
He will change his name to Tim Shaw and say, I will do it better than he ever could have.
She trusts Ryan to do a little bit of murder every now and then, but Graham, that guy's a fucking freak, deep down in his heart.
The doctor and Graham are worried. They're like, if there's not enough white people on this bus, then Rosa will get off at her stop without ever being told to move. And then Graham, for no reason, is
so adamantly,
oh, well, this is our stop. Let's just get off. We won.
He is like so adamantly against doing this, and I can't figure out why.
Okay, to be fair,
I guess
I imagine it would be hard to sit there as a time traveler and just be like, I'm the white person who didn't do anything when the guy got Rosa Parks arrested.
It's better than being the guy driving the bus. Am I right?
But so yeah, the doctor.
Sam, you don't understand. He is, but also he's the reason that they saved the day. You see what I mean.
It was a very Harry Potter time turner moment,
right,
where you just imagine that the doctor is like gonna find like a newspaper with a picture of her and Graham in it. Be like, it was us, Graham. We have to stay on the bus. It was us.
One of these days, I want to sit down with you, and for bonus content, I want to watch one of my favorite time travel medias with you, which is an episode of Star Trek DS9 called Sanctuary. It's very good, and it has a moment that kind of reminds me of that. In fact, a lot of this episode reminded me of that episode of DS9.
Yeah, Rosa Parks actually based her life on Sanctuary from Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
It's very good. Anyway,
so yeah, she's like, we have to stay on this bus. We need to contribute to the fullness of the whites only section. And yeah, some more people get on. It fills up just enough because they're there. And Blake tells I think if I remember correctly, I checked, and I think it was like all like the actual words that
dialogue,
were said.
Yeah.
Like,
I because the first thing I did was like look up Rosa Parks, what really happened. Doctor Who, no. But I was like, the quotes are listed on the internet, so you can't, that is what was said, so.
Yeah, he's like, are you gonna move? And she says, I don't think I should have to. And he says, well, I'm going to have you arrested. And she says, you may do that. This is where they started playing the song Rise Up by Andra Day, which I did have to take issue specifically with the fact that the first line that we hear in the lyrics is, you're broken down and tired. I feel like they should have picked literally any other song, considering that we talked about how that's not what was going on.
That's not what happened. And also the fact that Rosa Parks is famous for not rising up.
That's true. You have to make a stand, not like that.
It doesn't feel good making jokes about this, but also it's what we're here to do. And also, I don't know.
I don't know. The song, like, it's just... This is like, I looked up the song. This is like a big, like, Democrats empowering song.
Yeah, this was a moment that really felt like
fucking
Nancy...
Joe Biden played it at his thing. Hillary Clinton played it at her thing.
This episode, if anything, if I have any criticisms of this episode, a lot of it's just like, it's a bit lib, isn't it? It's a bit. See,
here's the thing. There's a limit to how much I can really be bothered by it, because the thing is, these days, the it's a bit lib cringe feeling is something that we associate with, like, people fawning over Hillary Clinton. Mm-hmm. But, like, I have no issue with people being like, Rosa Parks was
that's very... It's not about the Rosa Parks. I think it's just about the vibe. It's about the way they did it.
Right. It's just, it's a cringe that I associate with stuff that doesn't deserve this sort of reverence, but like...
It's like I said, the problem I have with the Triumphant Trumpets is like, this is music I associate with, like, remember the Marines who died, and it's like, it just doesn't work when you're talking about, like, civil disobedience and...
I don't know, I think...
civil rights and stuff.
I think that, like I said earlier, if they just played the Triumphant Trumpets right here to, like, punctuate this scene of, like, this small act of resistance set off it's at, like,
chain reaction.
Yeah, like, this was where it all started, which, you know, it wasn't, but it was a big moment, obviously. But, like, so if they just played the Triumphant Trumpets here, I would have been like, oh, that's pretty cool. I will say, I did like the Triumphant Trumpets. I thought the music in this episode was good, except for Rise Up by Andra Day. But yeah, the song was bad. If you're not familiar, literally just imagine that they played Roar by Katy Perry over this scene, over Rosa Parks getting arrested. Yeah, she, like, nods at Ryan as they take her away and says, you should get a new boss. That lady's really racist. We then get... This scene is just full-on cringe, and I can't believe that this is how they ended the episode.
It's atrocious. It makes me so upset. So, like, they have this scene, and the expression that they have, as I said this at the beginning, they are all on the TARDIS, looking up with big smiles on their face, talking about how remarkable the life of Rosa Parks is.
And again, going back to this is an educational show for kids.
No, for
like,
sure.
The doctor's like, well, that's it. The boycotts are going to start on Monday, and next year, bus segregation will be officially ended. And it's like, oh,
that's cool.
That's cool. And, like, it's a time travel perspective on history. It's like, look at how much was achieved in a year, et cetera, et cetera. And great job, Rosa, etc.
And then she's like, Ryan's like, is everything going to be okay for Rosa? And the doctor's like, well, actually, not really. She dealt with a lot of hardship and death threats, and she lost her jobs. But
her husband also lost her job. And then they literally show archive footage. In 1999, Bill Clinton gives her the Congressional Gold Medal.
I think, what they were looking up at was like a TV, presumably playing this clip, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then here's the part that just made me yell and shout. So she's like, the doctor. Ryan says, it took a long time for her to get recognized.
I honestly think they were so close to sticking the landing. If Ryan had just said, man, 1999, they took so long to recognize what a hero she was. And then if the doctor was like, they did, and we're still fighting the good fight even today, or something like... If that was how it ended, I would have been like, all right.
She says, no, but Rosa Parks changed the world. In fact, she changed the universe. And then I kind of was expecting the doctor to open up to, like, New York, like,
she opens it up to a race of Rosa Park alien clones.
She opens up the doors to the TARDIS, and they are looking at an asteroid, and she goes...
284996 Rosa Parks.
That's how you're gonna end it? With the fact that they named an asteroid after her?
And then they play Rise Up again.
Like, that's the coolest thing about her? Is that they named an asteroid after her? Like a rock in space? Are you fucking kidding me?
That's, like, the most meaningless shit about her life.
That's the dumbest shit I ever heard!
That's the least important thing about Rosa Parks.
And the most important thing is that Cartoon Network aired a short cartoon about her life during Black History Month.
I know that we're trying to relate it back to the Doctor and sci-fi and space stuff.
You got it. You had a good ending, and then they fucking showed a rock.
But you know what's great? Did you watch The Next Time On?
I always forget to do it every single time.
Oh my god, because they continue playing Empowering Rise Up over a man being attacked by a giant spider?
That's gonna be really inspirational when the big spider shows up.
The spider's off screen. We might get to this episode eventually and find that they're not giant spiders. The exact line is, "Something's happening with the spiders in this city. You've got the eye of the spider. You got killed by spiders.
I am not throwing away my shot."
I give the episode a B.
C+.
I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it.
It's a kid's show. This was more than any episode that I was like, this is a kid's show. This is an episode for the kids to teach them about history. It's a bit goofy and over the top in the ways that they do that. But you know what? It's for the kids. And you could learn a thing or two from this episode.
And I literally learned 2 things from this episode.
I learned some things from this episode, and that's cool.
But Jordan,
yeah,
I think that we can officially close the book on us having to try to make funny podcast content about segregation.
I know it's been and
I'm going to click a button and find out what we're watching next week.
It's been making me nervous. Are we going to get an Ecclesode or a Capaldasode?
Now watch me whip. Now watch me nay.
Why?
Well, Jordan, we are going to be watching Series 1.
Oh! Fuck yeah.
Episode 9.
Okay.
The Empty Child.
Are you kidding me? Oh, sweet Lord! Thank you, time gods.
And you know what?
You know this one, do you? Do you know this one?
I don't know this one. This is further than I watched, but legend has it that this is from the era where you see written by Stephen Moffat and say, yes!
Yes! This episode's so fucking good, dude. You're gonna love it.
Oh, I'm gonna meet Jack Harkness.
This is the first episode with Jack Harkness, and this is one of the most beloved episodes, 2-parters of Doctor Who history. And we have Eccleston, and you're gonna like Eccleston, I think. Oh my god, what episode of our podcast is this that we got?
I believe this will be 13.
13 episodes, and we got Empty Child already as our first Ecclesode?
Let me see if that's right.
We are so lucky with our podcast rules. Holy shit. That's amazing.
Let me confirm that. I'm taking way too long. No, episode 10, sorry.
Wait, we got to fucking Empty Child in 10?
Yeah.
God damn, dude! I'm so excited.
I look forward to finding out what the fuck this is and why you're so excited about it.
I think you'll like it. It's a cool episode.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's not The Empty Child.
Oh, no. No! Can we edit this out? Can we edit out BB?
Well, no, I'm not going to edit it out. It's The Doctor Dances, the second part of it.
Okay, this is going to be really fun for me and really confusing for you because I know what happens in the first part of this episode and why it's so good, and you're going to I think you'll be able to enjoy it. That's also incredibly funny and also very on brand for our podcast format that we're watching the second part of one of the best 2-parters of Doctor Who. Ooh. And I can't watch the first part. I'm not allowed to. Okay, well, it'll be fun either way.
Yeah.
You will not get to meet Jack Harkness.
Well, I will get to meet him.
You will get to meet him, but you won't get to meet him. You won't get to know who he is or why he's there. But
that's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, you could find us on Twitter at Potting Bros, co-host at Dr. Huh. I'm on co-host at Positive Stress.
I'm on Twitter at Bradipus Rex and Tumblr at Punished Breakfast.
You can listen to some of our various other podcasts. I will give a shout out to specifically 0 to 0, which is currently very stupid.
Yeah, I've heard what was going on, but I still don't have context for why.
Well, the context for why we're watching what we're watching right now doesn't exist, so...
Oh, you just decided to do it?
The context is literally that we thought it would be funny to do something stupid, so we are.
Oh, okay. That's why we're doing this podcast. In fact, that's why we've done all of our podcasts, isn't it?
No, Kyle XY wasn't stupid.
Yeah, he was very intelligent.
We're on Patreon. If you like us, you can give us money at patreon.com/pottingbros, where $1 gets you a mildly special Discord role marking you as lightly coated in slime, which give you access to all of our bonus content. We will soon have up our episode on The Invisible Enemy, parts 1 and 2, featuring the funny, iconic Fourth Doctor scarf guy man who wears it.
His voice is a lot deeper than I thought it was.
Rabbi.
Did you say something about a rabbi?
No, am I?
Rabbi? Shalom, Rabbi.
$5 gets you a pretty special Discord role marking you as entirely covered in slime, which gets you a shout out on the podcast. And we will read a message from you in one of our funny voices. I'm not going to say them all. There's too many at this point. You know them, you love them, you hate them. $10 gets you all that plus an incredibly special Discord role marking you as a companion of the show made of slime. Thank you to our $10 and $5 subscribers: Cassidy, Destryhawk, H. Cape, Colin, Paget, Arnold, Dan, Big Challenger, Silva, JCH, Roy, Stephanie B, Stephanie Karen, and Tasty Sea Sponge.
Thank you.
We've got a message this week from Dan. This one's for me.
Uh-oh.
I've got some good news and I've got some bad news.
Oh, no.
And they're the same news, which is that it's a request for George Jurgens' voice, which I have not done in a while.
Just think about how much it would be funny to embarrass your wife.
That's fucking football right there. None of that pansy-ass dick-tugging smile for the camera bullshit. Men puke, men poop on the field, men deliver their newborn baby on the sidelines. Fucking hardcore dick-in-the-ass butterball, foosball, fuck it, chuck it, game time shit. Take it to the showers. Dicks get shoved in places you don't even remember. We wins together, we celebrate together. Football is back, baby.
Football's back, baby. Football's back, baby. Amy.
Thank you, Dave.
Football's back.
Jordan.
What?
We're on noisepace.xyz.
Lots of great shows on Noisepace. Check out Diet Coke and Lilith's House of Snacks.
Check out Special Grade Snacks.
Wow, Cool Robot. About Gundam.
Pot of Greed finished Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
I did. It only took him a couple of years.
There's only a few episodes. Check out those podcasts. Check out our podcasts that you're listening to right now. Give us a nice review or tell a friend or whatever the hell. And like we say, under duress.
Sam, I don't know why you always are the one who wraps up this episode. Like, I don't know why you're the one who starts it, because I feel like we have a very established bit, which is, Sam, do you think you could lead us before we, sign off?
It's just habit. I used to do all this shit, but I'm the one who has the Patreon login.
we could all rise and conclude our episode with a prayer.
Do I have to?
You have to.
May your life flow like a river. May your days smell sweet as a rose. May your nights be calm and still as a pond. May you be as lucky as an ace in a game of blackjack. Harkness. And may the doctor light your path through time.
Amen. Amen. See y'all next week. Bye.
The doctor will dance next week.
He's gonna do the Cupid shuffle.
Watch next time to see Christopher Eccleston whip and Nene on the Ellen DeGeneres show.
He's gonna slut drop on TV.
Bye.
Bye.